Hey, everybody, welcome to the New Year's edition of Destroyer 1320 Live. And yes, my voice is a little bit slow because I'm using this neat app that I thought would be fun. Check this out. There we are. How soon is New Year's? So it looks cool, but man, it's making me slow down a little bit. So if I'm delayed, I'm sorry, guys. Let me turn this silly thing off. Like I said, I tried to shut it off before the stream. I waited a little too long, and so this is kind of what I got. We have an exciting show today. We have a guy, it's Family Man Racing. This is a guy that Narcoleptic Customs and myself got to hang out with during Race Week 2.0, which, as you know, was absolutely amazing. He has a 3000 GT, but it's not quite the normal 3000 GT. Let me go ahead and bring him in. Hey, Eric. How you doing? Eric.
Doing well. Eric and Eric.
Oh, yeah. So do you want to give us a little story about, what happened with this 3000 GT? How did you come upon it? And then after that, I'll go ahead and leave a link to your channel down below so anybody can find you. And then you can also let everybody know other sources of, social media that you might be on. So I'll let you go ahead and take the stage. Fire away.
Perfect.
Oops. There we go.
I don't have cool hats for us though, but yeah, I've owned the car. I don't know, probably close to 8 years now. I had a 3000 GT back in college, and then wife and I got married, started having kids, and sold the car, and wanted one for a while, and then again, like I said, 6, 7, 8 years ago, bought the one that I have now, the green first gen. And it's gone through many iterations, various 6-cylinder builds, usually doing it the sloppy mechanics way before sloppy mechanics really existed. So a lot of stock parts, a lot of broken rods, but and then
trial by fire.
Yeah, and just having fun. I mean, it's really just some time to pull a motor out and put something else in and test again. So eventually made its way to a 4G63 swap. So I did the first 4G63 swap in the world into these, and eventually after about a year, it was the top 5 quickest 3000 GT ever. And that was with a little 4-cylinder and full interior, stock glass, the whole deal.
What was the time? What was it running?
Not fast by any standards. It was a 965.
That for that car, that is wicked fast, dude. Wow.
Yeah. Like I said, so it was number 5. Now it's like been bumped down to number 8 as other people have like finally stepped up and started doing stuff with these cars again. And so there's some really fast ones now. In fact, one of my friends, little side story, has the quickest in the world at 787, and that was also a 4G63 swap. So we still do mounts. So I make 4G swap mounts to bolt them in. It's a pretty simple swap, really. And then I started tearing because it was pretty heavy, 3,400 pounds, and I just beat the crap out of it on the street. Started tearing up auto transmissions because I mean I would do dozens of launches every single weekend, and got in my head that a Power Glide in LS would be fun. So yeah, so it's
LS swapped the world.
Yeah, I know. And I get a lot of messages and a lot of comments. It's like, hey, how easy is it? I'm like, well, it's not easy at all, because it's essentially a front wheel drive chassis with the transverse mounted motor. So you have to remake everything. I cut the trans tunnel. I kept as much as I could so I can mount the stock center console and dash and all that kind of stuff in. Try to make it look as stock as possible, but you really have to remake everything. It's a custom subframe that I made, control arm mounts. It's all adjustable. And
so did you have to make a jig to make the frame? And did you just use box tubing, or?
I made it while it was in the car. So it's all chromoly tubing with a Eastwood TIG welder that I bought I don't know, 6 years ago, and it works. I was more than a little afraid the first time I took it down the track in anger, because you're thinking the whole time, I welded this myself. I have no training or, skills in doing this. And so you're like checking with my wife to make sure the insurance policy is up to date for me, because it was definitely frightening. And over time, you got used to it, and obviously that setup has been on 3 Rocky Mountain race weeks and probably 15,000 miles on that subframe.
Wow.
Yeah.
People are asking you, man, why do you have a bulletproof vest on? You're just going drag racing.
Yeah.
Well,
don't know what's going to happen.
Nice. So how did you come up with Family Man Racing? What was that? I mean, there's 8,000 things, LS 3000 GT, D2D. Clearly, you're a family man, much like myself. So I'm sure that had something that played into it. But I know when it comes to naming a YouTube channel, it's probably one of the hardest things you're going to do in YouTube.
Yeah, it was. So the Family Man Racing, the Family Man is my avatar name, whatever they call it on the forums, for quite a while now. And it's just, we had kids young. I have 4 kids. The oldest is 20 already, 21 in June. And so
Lucky.
Yeah. So they we grew up together, all of my kids, my wife, and the oldest. I mean, we're still learning this crazy world together, really. And so to me, it made sense to call it, myself was Family Man.
Yeah.
And then when I did the YouTube channel, obviously that was pretty simple too. I did check also for URLs, just in case we ever did like a traditional web store or something like that. And so like fm-r.com, because is available, and it was available. I own it now. And I can't recall if I own familymanracing.com or not. So somebody out there could go steal it real quick, I guess. But so I did check a couple of those, but on YouTube, nobody had taken Family Man Racing, which I was surprised. So
perfect. That worked out absolutely awesome. Holy cow, Narks. Dude, look at that. $3.99 super chat from Narks. He's asking, are y'all doing Rocky Mountain Race Week 2021 2.0, the second leg?
So not sure on 2.0. The goal, which we can talk about the fabrication I'm doing this winter, but the goal is to have it ready for 1.0. I definitely want to do 1.0. I like the long format of that and the mountain drive. 2.0 is a condensed format, which also has its benefits as well, with getting time off from work, because I do have a day job. But we're definitely doing 1.0 if all goes as planned.
Perfect. Now, I have something that just happened. I'm not sure how to take this. Look at this. OC Motivator just dropped $49.99. That's $50. Holy cow, dude. Thank you so much, OC Motivator. Please go check him out. He has an awesome channel. His kid has a channel too. W for the win. They are amazing people. He's a Mopar guy. I know some people aren't Mopar guys, but if you are at all and you love, he has a lot of motivational videos. He talks a lot about the cars, the car culture. Really good dude. Great channel. I'm going to leave his link down below too, because I have to, wow. I should help build a website for you or something for that. Good. Yes.
Nice.
Sorry, Eric. That just, I've never seen that.
I just ran across his channel too this week and subscribed and started binge watching some videos. So yeah, it's good. It's that's awesome.
Yeah, he's got really, really good content. And Dan, if you can go ahead and pump his OC Motivator link in the comments. I know W for the Win tried to, but you have to have a wrench to be able to put it in there. I'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so you're saying you're definitely going to do 1.0, but you're not sure if you'll make it to 2.0. I know 2.0, even myself and Dan IT guy, it was last minute. I mean, we didn't know if we were going to go. It was like, I think 3 days before we decided, yeah, we're going to take a trip from Arizona all the way to Kansas. So, I mean, I am really, really glad we did because we met so many awesome people.
Oh, I know.
I got to say hi to you, but you were knee deep in getting race prep, going. So there was no way I was going to try.
Which track were we at?
I'm thinking we were at the second. Was the second one in Kansas?
Yeah, I think so.
The second, or I think it was this. Was the second one? Yeah, it was the second one because I have video of your run.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has that long return lane.
Okay, then I think it was that night or the next day I hurt the transmission, and so we had to had a pretty good strategy on how to survive the week, which we did. But yeah, I hurt the trans one night.
Well, if you don't break it, you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah, ultimately I think it was user error and a little low on fluid, and that doesn't go well with 1200 horsepower.
No, it doesn't. What do you think was the most challenging part about race week? I know you've done several of these, but what is some advice for someone like myself and Dan IT guy who just did our first one and didn't race, which I think was the smartest thing we could have done because we had no clue what we were doing?
Yeah, so it depends what you want to go for, right? So if you're there to compete, or you're there for the experience, obviously competing is an experience in itself, right? So you can almost kind of pick a path, and it's like anything with building these cars. It helps if you have a path, and that's why mine go like all over the place because scatterbrained up here. But if you pick a path, now if you're going for the experience, I say put AC in the car. Put AC in the car. It is so hot. That's probably the hardest thing on the people. It's so hot in the car. A 3000 GT does not get any airflow. Little trick I do is I prop up the rear hatch just like an inch, and it gets a little airflow through then. But if you're there to have fun with a fast car, take something with AC or put AC in your hot rod. Otherwise, you can't prepare enough. You just gotta. It's also nice to have something that other people have. So LS is nice because they're easy to work on. Somebody has a part for it. We got heads. Rocky Mountain 1.0. We got a couple of sets of heads to choose from. Overnight basically.
Wow.
There, somebody in the area had them, and we were able to get something. And same thing, like everybody has rocker arms, everybody has coil packs or whatever, right? So that's helpful too. Now, if you're there to race and compete, that's a little bit different. So
yeah, and I understand with that air conditioning comment, just us having a stock vehicle. I had air conditioning, everything normal, wasn't dealing with any of it. But because I know the grind just for us to show up each day, because we still had to drive the path to get there, show up each day, you get very, very little sleep. And we didn't even have to do race prep. All my prep was I'd go back to my hotel room and then I would create the video of the races and put it up on my channel. That was all I was doing. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
We got another special guest.
Good.
We're talking race.
Where can I get one of them shirts?
Well, you can get it from buying it from us. I don't really know, even if we have a.
We need to fix that. We need to get you set up with a Teespring store so people can go buy merch from you.
We don't have the merch game going yet. We do have some nice shirts, but we need to get it rolling. I guess if you really wanted one, probably easiest is to hit me up on Instagram, which is also Family Man Racing. So simple.
Sweet. So, little man, what's your favorite part about what your dad does?
Mostly just the racing.
Yeah, but I know you like the sound of the car. I can tell by his intro.
You're two-stepping.
So, do you and your dad play the what kind of car is that game? I know even with my kids, I try to, get them to look at taillights and go, oh, that's this or that. I have one daughter that I love you, Savannah, but all she ever points out is Teslas. And my other daughter will point out, Jocelyn, she'll point out all kinds of cars, but she's a huge like Lamborghini and, way out of my price range cars. She loves all the supercar stuff. What's your favorite kind of cars, buddy?
He'd probably beat me, but he likes talking about what's he's going to have in his car when he grows up and how much faster it's going to be than my car. And yeah, I think truck, right?
Now I wanted the GTR.
Oh,
I changed
GTR.
my on it.
I'll tell you, GTR is one of the baddest cars on the planet. Great choice, dude. Great choice.
I really like the style of GTRs.
They're amazing, and the 2JZ is an absolute animal of a motor. They can be built just ridiculous. Do you watch videos on those?
I haven't watched any videos on GTRs, but I've looked at pictures of them.
Yeah, they're super nice, and they're all-wheel drive, so you're going to come off the line really nice. And you probably won't have that issue your dad has at times where, he pulls the wheelies.
Well, we're fixing that this winter. So
yeah, give us an update on that.
Yeah, so this winter, no more spinning and no more wheelies, which wheelies are fun, but they don't win races. So yeah, we're putting keeping the Power Glide, but putting a transfer case behind it and a diff up front. So the intention is to same kind of style of making stuff work. It'll be a 4-wheel drive transfer case from a square body, an NP208. And then the diff I already have is a Hummer H3 Canyon, Colorado front diff. It's a 7.5-inch GM ring and pinion deal up there. So
very cool, man.
Got to make it fit, and then we'll figure out all the details.
Oh yeah. It's never-ending battle, and then once you think you've got the battle won, you change it up again. Like you've said, you've already gone through different engine combinations and all that. Now, are you going to wrap the car? I think it was one of the last videos you were talking about possibly wrapping the car.
I want to just get the bumper repainted. It was clean and nice looking a few years ago, but then the bumper's been off so many times and it's cracked, and the hood's ripped, flown off the car before when I forgot to pin it down.
Yeah.
So I fiberglassed the underside back together, and it has a nice like bow in it. So a new fiberglass hood and get the bumper resprayed, and then local here, cousin of mine, he does detailing, and so it'll clean up otherwise, but the bumper and hood is what bothers me.
Yeah, those I remember through the years, those kind of had an issue with that just over time. So I do have something else I really would love to hear about. If you guys don't know, he was chosen as an alternate to go race with Cletus at the Christmas tree race. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Cletus McFarland and check out the Christmas tree race. I'll let you have the stage. Dude, that was the coolest thing. It had to have been amazing to be a part of.
Yeah, so I'll start it off and then let Marcus tell you a little about it too. So it was, he posted, and it was my car. I had the motor out because I was planning, these big changes and started on fabrication. But obviously hung out with James and Cletus at Rocky Mountain Race Week, said always have a good time, and decided heck with it. We'll go. And I was a little too late on getting into the top 16, but James got me in as an alternate. So slammed together a motor and Rocky Mountain Race Week fashion, and put got it started. And we took a little family vacation. I had a little bit of vacation time left, so took vacation from the day job, and 2 of the 4 kids went down, and we made a little trip of it. So then Marcus can tell you what's your favorite car that was down there, decoration wise.
What was it called?
Which one?
Was it? The one with that looked like it had like it ate the bulbs.
Oh, John Doc's Camaro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had so many lights all over it, and the way that it looked like it just like ate the lights through the front grille, and it was all through the engine bay, and yeah, it was really neat. We thought we were clever with putting green LEDs in the front headlights and red bulbs in the fog lights. I spent more time trying to figure around getting lights and stuff, but man, some of those guys really outdid themselves with the decorations, the lights. I mean, it was really neat. Just, you just walk around and just to see the creativity, and it was just a great atmosphere. We had a blast.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. It's a dream of mine to get to actually hang out with those guys, or that whole entire group just seem like they're really supportive of each other, and it just looks like it would be so much fun. And did you get a close up look at that 200-mile-an-hour car? I'm trying not to spoil all the stuff, so they go watch your video.
Yeah, so that was one thing that I didn't do a great enough job of, but we do have a fantastic video my wife took of James's wheelie riding the parachute mount.
That was almost scary.
Yeah, so that was wild. So we have good content on that. We have some pretty wicked burnouts. I do great burnouts because that's what I like to do. So
that's the best part of life right there.
Yeah, it was fun. Have some with hanging out with Turbo John. He's one that I've been following for a while. His channel is really growing, and if anybody isn't following, it's pretty neat what he does. He really goes into the detailed chassis setup and tuning, and it's a really fast prep and no prep car. He tells more than what most of those guys would, and so he doesn't
hold anything back. I was watching him for a while, and it's interesting because you look at his car and you're like, oh, that's neat, and then he runs it, and you're like, oh wow,
yeah, it flies, it flies. So I hadn't met him before, and that was one that I was like, man, I have to meet Turbo John, and just pick his brain a little bit, and we ended up hanging out with him. You like Turbo John?
Yeah, he's funny.
He is funny.
Yeah, he seems like a real guy. He's not trying to be anybody. He's just him.
Yep, exactly. So that was great. So we're gonna try to get together. He does a lot. We mostly do no prep stuff. So the race week is prepped, and we mostly do local no prep, and then want to get into some of the bigger races. So we're looking at going to Dig or Die, which is a huge no prep race. And Turbo John goes to that one, so we're going to try to meet up with him.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that's 2021. That's going to be very interesting. I'm trying to figure out what races I want to plan to go to, and hopefully they don't keep moving the goalpost, because this year I had probably 15 races at least that were canceled that we were going to go and cover. Some I actually wanted to participate in, and they all got shut down out here. Everything got shut down. That's why I was so fed up. I was like, okay, race week, we're going. I don't care.
Exactly.
And we did. We just took off, and it was really neat because after we got past New Mexico, the world felt normal again.
Yep.
All the way up through Kansas.
That's, it's funny you say that. That's exactly how I felt on 1.0, is like, this is normal life.
Right.
And it was such an unbelievable, getaway, and, no one had any issues, and it was just car guys, couple hundred car guys hanging out for a week.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was such a blast. Like I said, if anybody's thinking about doing one of these, I highly, highly suggest getting
Yep.
yourself a car set up. Make sure I would say go to one first, then go ahead and get your car set up and then, go and participate. But you will not find a better group of people. My brother and I hung out at the hotel after the races with people and just
Yeah.
talked. I mean, it was almost more fun than the races.
Yeah, we so I would go back. I would add one extra step before going to one. Binge watch everybody's videos. I watched a lot of the drag week stuff, and live vicariously through those guys posting. And then I found Rocky Mountain Race Week. I'm like, oh, this is for me. It's a smaller group. I loved what the drives, and a lot of us put out good content, from the big guys, Cletus, putting out stuff every day, to the small guys like us. We take you along for the journey. And my plug our stuff a little bit and give thanks to my wife. Rocky Mountain 1.0, she stayed up till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning every night, taking the clips that we sent, putting it in. So we had real time, as close as we could get, videos every day. You didn't have to wait and be behind every day. You could follow along with us. And so it was good. It was great for us to like catalog our journey. But it was also good for people back home that were following along. And it's hard to like text and keep up with what's going on. And so it's like the video drops in the morning, you can follow along pretty easily. And that you can also learn a lot of what to do and what not to do from watching all of everybody's videos. And there's a lot of good channels out there. I mean, you guys are doing it too. And so, and then definitely go to one, whether it's just go to the closest track, or with Rocky Mountain, you can actually be a road weeker, they call it, and drive along. And actually you participate in every single thing but going down the track.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we did. I mean, we just went along with everybody. And when we talked to people, it was kind of up to us if we wanted to go to the checkpoints, because I know that's a whole nother story in itself, is the checkpoints. But we were lucky enough just to be able to go from the hotel to the track, be there in time for people to start racing, and capture as much as we could, and then run back and get it uploaded. It was nonstop, man. That is, as it says on the shirt, it's a test between man and machine, and it's not. I hope you don't like sleep.
Man, machine, and nature with the heat. It was brutal, wasn't it, buddy?
Yes.
I don't think he wants to do another one.
It's pretty rough. Look at Narks again. Dude, man. Another $3.99. Well, he's obviously enjoying this conversation. I asked him, I know he's out with his family for dinner right now, and I hope you're enjoying your food, not watching us.
Oh, man. Get you
I know, don't get him in trouble. But no, it's awesome. I can't believe he's giving us any money, because he's the one who hooked us up to be able to do this live together.
Yeah.
And Narks is just such an awesome dude. He's connected me to a whole bunch of different people. And once again, the more we can help all of us grow. I mean, I want everybody who's in the chat to go and give the Family Man Racing team a gift, since I can't say the other word without getting demoned. Yes, please go and check them out. Narks, dude, I'm telling you, when he does a live, which he's going to be coming soon, I got something for him.
He's just giving you that $3.99 special,
Oh, I know. Well, it's probably because he said he was going to send me a shirt, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to have to poke him about that.
Well, maybe his wife can feed him some margaritas or something, and he starts, maybe that $3.99, he accidentally puts a $39.99 to you.
That's a good idea. I need to hook up. I need to talk to his wife and be like, hey, give him a couple more. Let him click in that button.
Marks for the win.
That's awesome. Yeah, I want to look at a couple of these comments while we got in here.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and start back at the beginning. It's been so easy just to chat with you. Let's see. W4 the win was excited before we even got on. Look at this. This is going to be a good one. I appreciate that support, man. That he's a young kid about your son's age, and he's just he's really growing, and what a car nut, man. Holy cow, the kid, he's incredible for how old he is. Let's see. We got, of course, Narks. Woohoo! Yes, Family Man Racing is awesome. And my brother said, you got a wicked fast car, brother.
It's getting there.
Let's see. We got Flyby G Money says, yes, sir. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, buddy. Yeah, he's another Midwest guy that's out there making car content as well.
Cool. I'll have to check
And
it
then
out.
I don't know if you've met up with the 815 LSX Swap guys. They're up in Rockford, Illinois. They're really good dudes. They have 3 different cars they've done now. They've done a Mustang, they've done a BMW, and I believe a Nissan.
Really? I mean, I may have seen their car. I'll have to check it out because there's not that many BMW LS swaps out there, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and he's doing twin turbo too as well. It's
perfect.
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, I had them on a couple weeks ago. If you want to see, he's actually sitting in front of it with. I mean, you can see everything. It's pretty awesome. By the way, Narks is like, holy smokes, you have a 20-year-old daughter.
Yeah, she turns 21 in June. We have a 20, 16, 15, and 8.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Narks is with OC Motivator, bringing the heat. Wow, dude. I still am. I'll probably be talking about that for the next 2 weeks. That's just incredible. That is a huge, huge blessing this time of year, especially. And I'm attempting to make this a bigger part of my career than what it's been. And I think stuff like that really helps push me it motivates me, OC Motivator, to keep pushing forward. Let's see here. Who else do we got? I think that's the main. Oh, we got Matty SRT. What's up, buddy? That's another dude. Really great guy. Awesome content. Has a 392 Durango that he's playing around with. And he does a lot.
Looks like you got the Mopar crew in here today.
There's I got a few people that like Mopar stuff that are on the channel. Yeah. I got a pretty good mix. I think Narks keeps me grounded with all his LS stuff and his other stuff. So,
yeah.
Oh, gorgeous Scat 392, another fellow Challenger guy, dude. This guy has an amazing channel. Oh, his car got hurt a little bit. I haven't checked up to see. For some reason, that's something I want to point out. Anybody who is watching, if you have subscribed to somebody and for some reason you're not seeing their videos pop up, a while back YouTube changed. We all had to agree to YouTube's terms, and for some reason I had even neighbors who are like, "Have you made any videos lately?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just made one yesterday." Well, we looked at it, his phone, and the little bell was grayed out, so he had to unsubscribe and resubscribe and then hit the bell for it to pop back up. So anybody, which I'm going to have to do with Gorgeous Scat 392 because I was watching him religiously.
Wow.
And it just goes away. So yeah, when you're talking to people wanting maybe one of your next videos, for everybody who's watching making videos, have them check to see if that bell is grayed out. And if it is, the way to fix it, which it took us looking on YouTube to find the answer, is to unsubscribe and resubscribe. Dude, Gorgeous Scat, hope you have a great New Year's too, man. He's such a great dude. Positive message. I just like people who are happy and uplifting and are, they don't go around bad mouthing anybody or starting any mess, which, we're all too old for that, man. I'm just out to have fun. Let's see. Check my channel out again. Made some changes. Sorry, I'm having a hard time reading that. Made a change you may like.
At the bottom too.
I'm going to do that soon, Matty SRT. I will go back to your channel and check it out probably on my next one. Right now, as you can see, I'm already having delay issues because of this Snap software I'm using. I'm afraid if I pull up somebody's channel to look at it, and that's the only reason I haven't pulled yours up, Family Man, is because I'm afraid it'll lock both of us up. But that's cool, Matty SRT. I'm glad you had a chance to look at it. I know I've gotten a lot of people, including OC Motivator, who looked at their channel and went, wow, you're right. I don't have a playlist, or I don't have a – and for everybody who sets up a YouTube channel, you're making content and you're putting it up. You almost don't go back to your own page and think of it through the eyes of the user who's going to go to your page and go, oh, well, I see they did this, but I don't want to see that portion. I only want to see X, Y, and Z. So if you have the playlist, they get to pick and choose what portions of it that they get to watch. I mean, during all this mess, I didn't have anything I could do with my car. So I started doing cooking videos. I like to use my smoke to make meat. So I had people who came just to watch the cooking videos. So I'm like, well, I need to separate the cooking videos from everything else. So yeah, it's definitely helped out. Let's see here.
Yeah, we have
Shaken
for like my car, and then we did playlists for my son's 4G swap car because it is different people watch, so they can just click the playlist and it's easy.
Yeah, no, that works out absolutely awesome. Look at this, Forshaken with a 392. That is awesome. I love that. I've never seen that. That's so cool,
You're
man.
gonna need to put a 632 or something in there, you know?
Oh, hey, no, I need to start doing it by horsepower.
Yeah,
Actually, 1320, just put a couple zeros at the end. No, Forshaken, Happy New Year to you, buddy, man. I so appreciate that. Wow. This is just an insane stream. Let's see. For the Win said he also just made 10 playlists for his channel. And he does all kinds of stuff. He just got a whole bunch of like the Lego cars, like the little Mopar ones they were selling. Why is it always running into Mopar here? But he did a little review on his idea and, you know, what he thought of them and stuff. So yeah, go check him out, you younger folks that are watching, the old whippersnapper.
Feel a little ganged up on in here.
Okay. Well, let's see. Well, hey, next time, you said you've already swapped it to 2 different motors. Next time, let's go with a Mopar motor in there.
Yeah.
Of course, rebuild everything. Let's see. Well, I'm feeling lots better now. I may try to sneak in one more vid. Oh, yeah, Maddie SRT was down. I don't know if he had the crud, as I call it, or not, but glad you're feeling better, Maddie. That's better, Maddie. That's awesome, dude. We're glad to hear that. All right. Let's see. I think that's what we've caught up.
Mostly.
My cam is blurry. Yes, Dan IT guy, I know it's this stupid thing, and I would try to fix it right now. Actually, let me try and do that. Dan, do you mind jumping on here? I'll make you the dude. Maybe you can ask a couple questions here to Family Man Racing. By the way, Dan IT guy is my brother. You will see him everywhere. Anybody who has a channel, he is everywhere. He like blanket carpet bombs everybody's channel. We really do try to support everybody we can, and this dude is I can't tell you, there's not many people like my brother Dan IT guy, and that's not just because he's my brother. He really is that solid of a dude. So you are on mute currently. There you go. Let me pop.
There we go.
Try and shut this stupid cam thing off and get it fixed. So I'll give you that.
There we go.
All right, now I can hear you. There we go. Yeah, man. That car was sweet. I was just I was trying to figure out how did you do the front end on it with the LS swap?
Yeah, so for the classes that we run, we got to keep stock style suspension. So I still have the stock strut mounting points up top, and then the K member is very similar to what you would find in any kind of like Mustang aftermarket K member. It's just so I use that kind of style and then just made it fit my car. So it bolts up on the frame rails, one top part of the frame rail and one bottom part on each side into stock points. So it bolts on with 4 points.
Nice.
And then it uses, I used a Ford rack just because they're easy to find. Originally, it was a non-power manual, like Pinto style rack.
Right.
But then I always hate manual steering. So, so I put power steering in it, and it's a 88, I think, Thunderbird rack, which pretty much swaps on, and then the GM power steering pump.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken it on a like an autocross track or anything?
Yeah, I did the autocross at LS Fest and
Nice.
a couple of years ago. I didn't do well, but I had a blast. It was really, really tail happy. The alignment was for drag racing, and so it wanted to swap ends
Right.
every time I turned the wheel. I ended up like half drifting the one lap just because I wasn't going very well, and then I didn't really have the right tires for autocross either. But I had a blast, and it does. I mean, it handles pretty well for just on the street and everything. You can be pretty spirited with the driving.
Pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. Is it nose heavy at all, or did you set the engine back a little, or?
I set the engine back a bit. It's with the aluminum block. It's around. It's been a while since I corner scaled it. I changed some stuff, but it's around like 54-55% on the front. But with the mods that I have done with it, an all-wheel drive 3000 GT would be over 60% front, closer to 65%.
Yeah. Yep. Is
So,
yours is just rear wheel drive, right?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
now. And then, like I was telling Eric earlier, we're gonna put a 4-wheel drive setup in it. So
Man, that's gonna be nasty, dude.
yeah, probably take
That
a
would be
little bit.
awesome at the autocross track.
Yeah, it probably won't autocross anymore because it's gonna have it's gonna be set up for going straight,
For full on drag.
for no prep drag racing.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Giving out my secrets. But
Sorry.
no. We're gonna cover the builds and the challenges and the fabrication on our channel. So yeah, the goal is
Awesome.
to have it ready for next season, and yeah, it should be pretty wild.
Yeah, I just bought one of Eric's dune buggies. I'm gonna make it's currently like the slapper, like rear suspension.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna yank that out, and I'm gonna basically build just a tube chassis kind of thing with independent rear suspension. So yeah, we've done it a few times. We actually built an '85 Dodge Charger that was a front wheel drive. We took and made it rear wheel drive and dropped a 383 Mopar in there. That was about 750 horse.
Nice.
13.5 to 1 compression, and was built pretty well. But the first time we took it down the track, it was the typical, drag racing. Going to some event, we actually went to the Mopar Nationals, and it was 3 days of just absolute. I mean, we stayed up 24 hours a day for 3 days working on that car to get it ready to go. It was crazy, but we took it out there. We got it running, and we backed it off the trailer. And you could have. I mean, there was everybody in the whole place was like, "What in the heck is that?"
Why is that?
I mean, it had stock wheels on it. It looked stock. The guy who did the tech looked inside the car, didn't even look under the hood, and just gave him the sticker. Here you go.
Yeah, 17-second car.
Right. And it was like easily a 10-second car. Yeah, that was fun. That was a blast. That's when I saw your car, it took me back,
Yeah. So what'd you guys use for the front subframe K-member? How'd you guys do that?
So what we ended up doing was we put a reverse steer rack in it, and we put the rack up front to get it away from the oil pan. We used most of the stock suspension, other than we swapped the what do you call it? We swapped the spindles on both sides so that it would front steer. Yeah, Eric, your camera looks much better. And we did a motor plate. We did 2 frame rails, going through a motor plate.
Nice.
And a motor plate in the front and a motor plate in between, the trans and the engine. But it took a little finagling here and there, but we got it all working, and man, it was fun. It was a blast to drive. The problem was, of course, it had stock tires on it.
Yeah.
It would just absolutely
Wild.
blow them off. And the first time my buddy Jay was the one who owned the car, first time he took it down the track, he actually swapped sides. He spun it around and almost smashed it into the wall.
Nice.
And they come, the safety crew came running down, and we had put carpet in it, but there was like spots where there was no floor. So when it spun around, the floor, the carpet flipped up. So of course they come over there and they're looking and they're going, how in the heck did this piece of junk pass tech?
I like that.
It was fun though.
Just
it was
put
good.
carpet over it. That's a
Yep.
good-
It was one of those, we just want to take it down the track once. Just once.
Here's $10. Just let me rip it for a second and see what happens.
Just to see what it does, But yeah, that was crazy. It was fun. Just pulling it off all you got to do is pull up to any car show and back that thing off the trailer. Everybody in the whole place is like,
Oh yeah, I bet you get that same reaction, family man. They have to look at your car and go, "Excuse me."
Yeah. But the first question usually is it still all-wheel drive? Which is an interesting question because it has skinnings on the front. But,
Yeah. Yeah. Why would you put skinnies on an all-wheel drive?
Yeah. But obviously next year, if all goes as planned, that'll be an appropriate question. But yeah, it gets some looks, and we just got a rowdy cam, and I honestly didn't like the sound of the LS and was considering doing something else for a while. It didn't to me. It just didn't really suit the car being an import, and the so thought about various things, including a 6-cylinder 3000 GT again, but in front of the Power Glide. And you never know, that still may happen at some point. But Robert at Force Performance, they make turbochargers. He also has some connections at Comp Cam, and we decided to buy a rowdy cam for my 5.3, and it changed my life. It sounds amazing. It is just absolutely ridiculous, the difference with how it sounds. So so I'm sold on LSs again.
Nice. Sorry, I'm still playing with this darn thing. Hey,
Yeah, it's working.
there's one. Here's another. There we go. All right, hold on. I got it on I put my phone, by the way, you can change your phone and make your phone a wireless webcam.
Yep.
So that's what I just did. I switched it off my laptop one onto this, and
Yeah, that's 1,000 times better, dude.
yeah. It was fun to try and do that little New Year's thing with Snap Cam in the beginning, but it kind of bit me. So, oh, dude, Matty SRT, that is hilarious. Try to put skinnies on the front of the Durango.
That would be fun.
Cool.
Skinning's all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just econo-spare it and just let it eat. That's a good
for a
video,
burnout
Matty.
competition.
Matty SRT, that's a good video.
We will definitely have to do the 4-wheel drive burnout. That's just a requirement when you have
Oh God, yes.
turbo 4-wheel drive deal.
You better let us know when it's going to happen too, because I want to be there, dude.
I haven't figured out where, because my wife enjoys what we do, but there are some limitations. So a 4-wheel drive burnout in the garage is probably
not good.
Yeah, kind of gets you in trouble a little bit.
But
Well, it looks like we got my dad, Catfish Carl, is in the house. Hey, Dad, how you doing?
Catfish Carl.
Catfish.
Yeah, we like to fish a little bit. Oh, wow. Boy, I was freaking out for a second there. That's what you get when you're live, though, If you guys want to start doing live streams, you got to play with your software beforehand. Because when you're in the live stream, luckily I had my parachute, my brother Dan IT guy, once again, I was able to let you jump in and yeah, this
It was
is
nice to get a word in edgewise once in a while, you know.
well, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
No, I totally appreciate that that you take the bulk of the conversation. Not that I mind it, but it's
Well,
probably better if you ask the questions. Just saying.
yeah, I get a little yappy at times, but you know, let's see. Maddie wants all-wheel drive burnouts for sure. Now, I think you might be able to do it if you have your trailer for race week and just make it where you can hit a brake on the trailer. I mean, you probably won't need it. You'll probably still be able to do a rolling burnout with that boy.
Yeah, it'll probably do a rolling burnout, and I doubt I bring a trailer for race week ever again.
No.
And, but the yeah, we have plans for this year to actually not swap tires, drive on the tires we race on. So it won't be we won't be probably competitive in the class, but we'll see. I want to take my wife this time, so to try to keep things a little bit easier. Although in a lot of ways she's more hardcore than I am, and she's way more competitive than I am. So if she learns that street tires are their drag radials aren't gonna be as competitive, that might change, and she may make me swap
Get slicks
every time.
Are you thinking like Nitto 555s, the G2s or something like that? Or what would be your tire of choice? Because I got Mickey Thompson on the back of this thing. It's useless. Totally useless.
They just smear like lipstick.
I have so my street tires, I have a 20-inch in the back and an 18 or 19 up front. And I have a Nitto up front, NT55, and then I have the Mickey Thompson ET Street SS in the back on a 20, and they hold a lot of power from a roll.
Yeah, I just have the I think they're competition, the street comps.
Okay, yeah.
No bueno.
So the ET Street SS is 100% street legal DOT drag radial. So it won't meet any of, like, if you do some hard tire drag racing where they have a tire wear requirement, usually like a 200 or 220. Yeah, these are 0. But
that's why they stick.
But they legit are street legal for it's not the DOT but not for highway use. These are legit for highway use, and they hook pretty well.
Sweet.
And they have tread. They have tread. They have rain.
They have wear bars right on them. There's not just a little wear bar down the middle. There's not a whole lot of.
No, it's a real. No. It's a real tread pattern for rain evacuation. So
nice.
Yeah,
cool.
It's a legit street tire, and it works really well.
Very cool. Well, hey, we're running up against the end of the clock here. Once again, how can people go and find Family Man Racing, and what do you have coming up for us in 2021 on your channel?
All right, so Family Man Racing on YouTube. We also are Family Man Racing on Facebook and Instagram, so it's easy. It's the same thing everywhere. And then coming up on our channel, we're going to complete our 4G63 swapped build for my son, which is a 3000 GT. We're going to have 4-wheel drive, twin turbo, nasty LS in my car, and lots of no prep racing, lots of no prep winning, and also Rocky Mountain Race Week. And we're also going to start on a 4G63 swapped MR2, which is another one of my nostalgia vehicles. So that's going to be more of a street car, pretty simple, 400 or 500 horsepower. And then this guy, he'll be narrating more. He does a great job behind the camera. His comments, you never know what area he's going to focus on a build or anything. And so
that's awesome.
I'm going to have him do more of that because he adds a nice little element to it.
Very cool. And then what platforms are you on? I know you said Facebook. Are you on Twitter or any of the TikToks or any of the?
No, not on any of those. So YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
And they're all Family Man Racing?
Yep.
Wow,
Family Man, one word, space racing.
Space Racing. Last question for you, and we'll let you go here. 815 LSX Swap says, ask Family Man how old he was when he got into cars and what got him into cars and racing.
Oh boy. So growing up in Southern Indiana, we've always been into cars, trucks, and it's been various types, whether it was building stereos and seeing if you can break windows out of cars or going off-roading with some four-wheel drives. But yeah, pretty much just grown up around it. My father was always into motorcycles. My godfather was always into Mopars, old Mopar stuff.
Yeah.
And then racing wise, that's just evolved from getting faster and faster, and then deciding taking it to the track was more fun and be more competitive safely.
Yeah, that's, as I get older, I still once in a while get caught off guard and may accelerate a little harder than I should on the street, but I really honestly try my best to keep it on the track. I can hear my wife in the house laughing right now, but I do. I don't like racing on the street just because it's, what's the point of losing your driver's license? That's what you love to do is race. So, hopefully they get the track open.
My problem is I like to show up to the track tuned and ready, and that sometimes means street pulls tuning.
Yeah.
And I may or may not be friendly, not so friendly, I guess, with the state police and get some tickets. So
it happens. That's crazy. Well, hey man, we really appreciate it. You guys have an awesome night. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Everybody, please check out Family Man Space Racing. You could tell he's a good guy. His name's Eric. Come on. Have a happy New Year, buddy. We'll have you on again sometime. We'll get Narks on here, and we'll both gang up on Narks and see if we can get him to crack.
That seems too easy.
All right, thanks. We'll see you guys later. All right, brother. Once again, awesome job, man. Holy cow. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but he's helping people in the comments as the show is going along. He's dropped all of everybody's, links to all their stuff. Dude, you are a beast. You're an absolute animal on this. And I really, really appreciate you, man. And I'm going to have to see what we can do with grabbing these checks and you and I go out to the casino or something. I'm kidding.
Yeah. That I can do for sure.
Appreciate it, man. And I know you're going to have a happy New Year because I may see you either on or before or after. But anyway, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'll talk to you after a while. Thanks, everybody, for joining, man. I truly, truly appreciate every one of you that joined us. And holy cow, OC Motivator, I'm still blown away. I have no idea that, wow, that's cool. I'm in shock over that. And everybody else who threw in, the 392, the 399 from Narks, oh my gosh, Forshaken. Everybody, thank you so much. It means a lot. I appreciate the support. It's all going to go back into the channel, and I'm really going to push. 2021, better watch out because Destroyer 1320 is coming. Stay tuned for the next one next week. Have yourself a safe and happy New Year from the Destroyer 1320 family.